The aim of access cavity preparation is to enable straight-line access to all of the root canal system. To plan the cavity, a good knowledge of the internal and external anatomy of the tooth is required. A radiograph is essential to indicate the size and position of the pulp chamber, the alignment of the crown in relation to the root, the number and shape of the root canals, and the presence of any obstructions within the pulp chamber or canals. It is also helpful to gauge the distance from the incisal edge to the pulp chamber by marking a burr. The tooth must be isolated with rubber dam. The outline of the access cavity is determined from anatomical knowledge and the radiographic findings. Usually, it is on the palatal aspect of anterior teeth. A round diamond burr in a high-speed handpiece is chosen to cut through enamel. Before starting to cut the cavity, practice orientating the burr to give the correct line of access. The cavity is made by gentle brushing over the pulp chamber until its roof is penetrated. Stop frequently to check progress. The entry to the pulp chamber can now be discerned. The roof of the pulp chamber is now removed with a rosehead burr. The burr is used in an occlusal direction in an attempt to lift off the roof of the pulp chamber. It is important not to enter into the depth of the pulp chamber. Using an endodontic explorer, the root canal can be identified. A blunt-ended endo-Z burr is used to flare and finish the axial walls. The burr is moved laterally to smooth and shape the walls of the access cavity, again taking care not to enter the root canals. After initial preparation of the access cavity, it is sometimes possible to detect rough areas within the cavity. These will be removed in the next stage. The entry angle into the root canal can be assessed using a number 10K file. It is also important to ensure that the canal is accessible from the access cavity. The coronal part of the canal is now flared to permit easy access of instruments and irrigants into the canal. The largest Gates-Glidden burr that will fit passively into the canal orifice is chosen and gently placed within it. This is a Gates-Glidden number 4. The burr is used around the circumference of the canal with a gentle upward brushing action. Debris should be removed by irrigation with sodium hypochlorite solution. It is often helpful to use a number 10K file to loosen debris within the access cavity. The next size smaller burr, a number 3, is selected and the process repeated. Once again, it is important to irrigate to remove any dentine debris. A number 2 Gates-Glidden burr can now be selected and used to continue the flaring towards the root canal system. Once access cavity is completed, a fine file placed in the canal should stand along the long axis of the tooth without binding on dentine of the pulp chamber wall. When the access cavity is probed, it should be a smooth funnel from the surface of the tooth into the depths of the root canal.